Boom. Hey, this is Brimster. Again, this is Oswald with his new funky hat. I was trying to decide whether I wanted to update my loot filter to include the stuff I wanted for the new lightning build, but I thought I would wait and play this one a little bit longer and then potentially do that in future. So let's just enter the game. And then I think I'm going to try the level 80, because I'm still 74, but I'm going to try the level 80. I had thought about going and trying like the 76 one. I had actually spoken... Actually, I'm still waking up after taking some more meds. I'm going to do something a little bit silly here. I'm going to travel... I am here to Fall of the Outcasts. Now, if I go in here, do I have one of those reset nodes? I do. Do I have one I can reach? Not easily, but I can get there pretty quickly. And I'm still earning all of this. So let's... I'm going to plow through this pretty quick. I'm not going to get any items out of this, so it should be pretty quick overall. But I am going to farm relics and affixes and stuff while I'm doing this and get some gold, which I've just spent a lot of. So this is sort of the... it's got a cool effect of being able to sort of farm shards and stuff while I'm potentially... No, that was unexpected. Because sometimes, and I think I've mentioned this before, one of the things that I liked to do in my gaming, and one of the things I used to enjoy while playing World of Warcraft, was I would enjoy logging onto WoW and just going and do easy content. I would farm easy content for sort of, I mean, just because. But in this, I'm building up some shards and everything, because while I suspect I'm going to play the... They're not called seasons, they're called cycles, I think. Doing this to just farm some gold. Like, the gold drops at this level don't seem to be significantly lower than they are at the higher levels, and I seem to be able to farm it a lot faster. So, you know, farming my gold up at this lower level, I don't know, maybe. And I absolutely know most ARPG fans are literally going to have the whole concept that if you're not pushing the latest and greatest content, I'm not going to run around for 2 final points. If you're not pushing the latest and greatest content, then you're playing. But I need, like, if I look at my inventory, I need more glyphs of hope. And I could potentially get those. So, you know. So that's an interesting bug. Now the quiver I definitely don't need. The ring is almost certainly wrong for any build I've got. It's ivory rings I need for the other one, which I don't think can drop at this level. Everything else, I could potentially, you know, I can't get that, I can't get that, I can't get the hat, I can't get the neck, I can't get the weapon. I could potentially get the scepter, I think. At this level. So I could potentially get the scepter for the build I'm doing. But that's not kind of why I'm doing it. So I am probably going to jump to the other thing after I've done this reset, or after I've quickly done this, because I should have got it fairly quick. But getting the gold and the shards and stuff seems to be hard. Seeing an item is not expected, considering I've got very specific requirements on my loot filters. I've called this my extreme loot filter because I really have possibly gone overboard on it. Unexpected level. Unexpected leveling. I got some unexpected leveling. Cliff of Hope, which is great. Transfer. So cast speed is not what I wanted, but increased area is good. Fire resistance, but they're just not as good as what I've got. Okay. What I do want to do is I want to try this reset.
Of pain, unchanged, Israel. Nothing will remain.
Oops. I came out of there. I unbearabled.
What? Israel. Nothing will remain.
So that got me the Siphon of Anguish. Which has reset all of this. So corruption. Your actions within Sunlight draw the attention of Ouroboros. The threats you face have grown in power and the void grows closer. Corruption is changed by defeating the shade of Ouroboros. Defeating a shade far from the center of the timeline increases corruption, while defeating a shade closer may reduce it. So I could go here and potentially try and reduce corruption. I'm interested to see the mechanic is all. Okay. So that allowed me to reset the corruption back to 0. Nifty. So if you're pushing the corruption up and you're having too much trouble, you can do things to actually reduce the corruption. Which I probably didn't want to do yet, but I learnt the mechanic. And I can still now farm gold and try and get the better blessing at the end of this. Learning mechanics. So I love the whole, you can push corruption up, and if it's too high for you, you can then do things to push it down. It's, wow. I'm fighting an Eber, the confused bear. I am a confused bear. Now, I probably shouldn't have lowered corruption there. Like, I absolutely shouldn't have. But I learnt the mechanic. I figured out how to. I've seen it in operation. And that's fine. Oh, I did the wrong thing for my character progression, but I did the right thing for player progression. But I have no problem with this as a concept. I've watched several videos on how this final endgame system works. None of them explain to me how all of that worked, or how I might want to use it, or how the levels increase. It's just, oh, eventually you'll want to push up corruption. Why? It's like, as you increase corruption, I think they said something like, as you increase corruption, things will get harder. But I don't remember a single one of them telling me that it was fighting the Shade of Oberos that would increase corruption or anything like that. So, I mean, I'm learning by doing, which is fine, but it means that you have to do. It also means that, as I've said many times, people who know the game, who watch me do this, are going to go, you're doing it right. I'm sure in a couple of years, if I watch me doing this, it's like, oh my god, I was naive. Yeah, I was. I'm also going to ridicule myself for playing this build, or I'm going to ridicule myself for, it's like, yeah, or for doing a silly way of farming gold. I remember, I think back on some of the things that I used to do to farm gold in Vanilla WoW and everything, and at the time, I was quite a wealthy person in Vanilla WoW. But, you know, I look back on them now and think, why did I do it that way? There were so many better ways of doing it. I didn't know the better ways of doing it. Oops, I did that wrong. I'm out of bear again. There's not a bear in there. Or a chair as well. There's people with games. And monsters to fell. That's not how that goes. So that's got me to 22. That is a stunning shrine, which I don't need, but I'm going to get out of combat. I probably don't need to get out of combat to open the portal. It doesn't do anything. Although, a legendary figure, so not that useful, but... So, unique. I keep saying legendary. They're uniques. Hey, Eric. That is not an axe I want to use. But I might shatter it. I've got 3 of those gloves now. Okay, so can I do the quests yet? Probably not. Oh, there were a few people I was chatting to at the end of the last stream, and it was like, hang on, how come none of you guys are moderators? And I went through and I promoted the people who I thought should be a moderator who had participated in the previous chat. That's how you got to be a moderator. I did it. So if any annoying people come in while I'm focusing on the game, you can moot them. Because I had quite a few people participating at the end of the last stream, which was great. But when someone jumped in who was a moderator, it's like, oh, that's right. I should actually make that a thing. The people who are actually good should be moderators because I have made this chat more open. Burial circuit, minion armor, illusory tree. I don't think that's actually a good ring, but it's interesting. If it had lots of forging potential, maybe. So that conquered the echo, but I do want to try and get as much stability as I can. And I'm doing this for gold and stuff, so let's... Doing this for gold and stuff. It's basically, if there's a chat message that is suspect, then you can, so if someone was to come in and basically start spamming, you could time out that person. I think you can even block that person, but you could definitely remove the message if, and you, I think you can also post links. So for example, if there was something to share, like if there was a, so we were talking about Last Epoch, and I was talking about one of the Last Epoch University videos, and there were a bunch of people participating in the chat who were curious about it. You could actually link the video while other people cannot post links, because I trust you. I'm going to have to travel along, not that far. Honestly, there's not much damage you could do. So you're welcome, but it's not as if I've given you the keys to the car or anything. Okay, this turned out to be a bit of a duck. So I'm not going to go hunting those last few. Glyph of Hope, they're good, they're what I want. That was a complete and utter dud. Crafting materials, which is good. Shell of Defense. I might shatter that. No.
Yes. Take care.
And I should now be able to do all of the quests. But there's a lot of people who jump into the chat who never say anything, and I don't know if they're bots or if they're people who are just jumping in and going, oh, this guy's an idiot, which is perfectly fair. They're allowed to think that. I'm not even saying they're wrong. But if they're bots or anything like that, and they do decide to spam, then you have the ability to do something about it, which helps me. So, no confidence required. It doesn't mean I expect you to do anything, but you have the ability to help if you can, which is great. It's like win-win. Win-win for Bremster. Leveled up and didn't spend the skill point. No problem, Eric. Like, as I said, there is never any pressure or requirement or anything. The minute this feels like pressure to you, leave. That is never anything that I want anyone to feel as part of my audience, fan base, whatever. I understand why I have fans on the puzzle channel. I just love that people enjoy what I do here. I don't understand it, but I appreciate it. So, all good. Woohoo! Huge rewards. Air conditioner is part of the reward. I'm going to reward myself with some cold air. Comfortable running the air conditioner because, oh my lord, is it warm and do we have good solar? Majelka Streets. There was something in the air. It goes bare on London streets. I can't really make a good Ren reference out of this. Give me all your money, skeletons, give it to me. A cold dark night on an empty street somewhere in Majelka City.
The altar of flesh. Come on. Come on. You can do it.
Okay. 4% increased in experience, which is the lowest it could possibly be. 42% grand idle drop rate. I don't care about that. Or 40% adorned idle drop rate. I don't care about those. I think I'll take the experience, but I would have liked a higher experience rate. Woven flesh. 100% crit strike avoidance. Let's try this level 80. This will feel a little different. So this guy could actually be a challenge. Last time I faced one of these, it was a few levels higher than me. I actually, struggled. But my resistances are a lot higher than they were back then. Considering this game is going to get, I'm calling them seasonal resets. I mean, they're not seasonal, but this game is going to get seasonal resets. I mean, I'm not 100 yet, but I'm very curious about how the progression is going to feel at 100. And whether the chase is going to feel worthwhile. One of the nice things about Paragon quests were in Diablo 3 was when you got there, it still feel worthwhile to do something. I suppose they said they're going to add more endgame systems, so it'll depend on what they are. Like, it would be nice if for example, you knew that, let's say, you could do something like, I don't think how to express this. You could put in an hour's play and get a permanent, like 1 or 2% buff to one of your resistances, or something like that, which would mean, and you're putting in time, but it would mean that it would free up that ability. And if that meant there's like, oh, people who play for 400 hours will never need resistances on their items and they'll become gods. It's like, yeah, if they put in that amount of time during the season, good luck to them. It's going to reset in 3 months, and if they want to put that into a single character, yay. Hooray for them. Sunreese. Fire resistance and fire damage ring. I'm not doing fire damage, but cool. I think that's the same as that ring. And the top one is just better. The top one is just better in every way, shape or form. So that one goes away. The armor. And exalted jewelry. There you go. And those boots I'm never going to look at. Okay. %60 increased health and damage. Ooh. Maybe that one instead. So it would be... So you can turn around and say, the gear I've got has a bit of a problem with, I'm having trouble getting, I don't know, I'm having trouble getting crit strike avoidance. So, there's a place where, as you're done, the experience you earn, you spend those points, and you just get like a percentage crit strike avoidance. And you can just slowly but surely buff your stats. Now, you make it slow, you make it hard, you make it a grind, and you can just slowly but surely fill it out. Now, I know that's what the blessing mechanics are supposed to be, but the blessings are random, and you make it really slow. Like, if you play at a level 100 for a couple of hours, then you can pick a percentage in something sort of thing that you're deficient in. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Particularly if you were to make it defensive stuff only. So you make it vitality and resistances, and so all of a sudden you can start making, as you do that, you can start making your gear more attacky. So, and I've put in 1,000 hours of play on this character, so all of a sudden all of my resistances are built in, and all of my gear is of pure damage. It's like, congratulations. We're happy for you. Thank you for playing the game for 1,000 hours. I don't know. I'm probably wrong. So Grooves of Life. Vitality, dodge rating, and health is why they're showing up. They don't have the movement speed I want, so I am moving on. More shards to put in. So, let's have a look at that weapon. So, it's got more melee damage. It's got fire resistance on it. I'd lose 18 strength. Now, strength increases armor by 4%. And it increases, the most important thing is it increases maul. That gets 4% per point of strength. So I would lose a chunk of damage on maul. But I get 83% increased melee damage. Which would make up for it. That has melee physical damage. I'd get increased area. And I could still put a suffix on it. And I'd get all that fire resistance, which I don't need. Because fire resistance I'm getting from here. And there's somewhere else that's giving me all the fire resistance as well. All the elemental resistance stuff I'm getting. Still, starting to see some options. %100% increased critical strike chance. I'm going to see how that is. My crit strike avoidance is pretty good, I think. Particularly when I do that. So my crit strike avoidance is 96. So it's not quite 100%. What? Why was I locked into charging then? I was trying to do a force move away and it wasn't doing anything. Research. Quite valuable. Or potentially quite valuable. tell you one thing, I'm very tempted to buy some of the cosmetic stuff. Because I can. So void resistance. I will sort those out at some point. These are just good fun. This is so much... I don't know what it is. It's effectively the same as just running rifts over and over. But they don't feel like it. There's something about the mechanics to them that feels better. And they definitely feel better than Nightmare Dungeons. The mechanic is the same. Go in, do it. But they're right there. You get to pick your path. You get to pick your affixes. You get to pick the order of your affixes. I am not yet sure how I can see what the stack is. And I'm sure it's in the interface, but I haven't... Maybe I need to look closer next time. Because it says it's using the affixes of the previous 2 echoes. But I'm not seeing what they are. So, I mean, sometimes I am and sometimes I'm not. And I'm assuming I'm not... I'm doing something wrong. And I was really low on things like Glyphs of Hope. I'm now up to 35. So I'm getting more of these things. So this is kind of cool. Now those boots, movement speed, dodge rating, and armor. I really think I'm just not looking at yellow items anymore. But we will see. Let's do the first one. In this timeline, the Immortal Empire is in its final days as the Void overwhelms it. Help Yulia break soul vessels of the hopeless undead so the Void doesn't take them first. This is the problem. Start the quest and not be attacked while I'm talking to her. These fools are still trying to prolong their immortality. The Emperor is dead. The immortal empire is over. The void is consuming all that remains, and soon they will long for it. Please end it. Destroy their soul repositories, then meet me on the other side of the city. Meet me on the other side of the city. So I need scepters with tier 7... I can't even remember. Something good. Destroy the soul repositories. Find the soul repositories. What? I'm going to start needing to be a lot more picky. But that's okay. That was always going to happen when I got to higher levels. Yeah, this is going to be a problem at some point soon. I destroyed the soul repo. I'm a repo man. Repo man's gotta have a code. Eyes melt, skin explodes, everybody dead. Such a good movie. Going the wrong way, except I'm probably not going the wrong way, except I'm moving away from the one that was right up near the start. I'm going to have some backtracking to do. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're going to add eventually new endgame systems and stuff. I mean, I've barely started scratching these endgame systems, and there's people who've already spent, you know, thousands and thousands of hours in the game as it is. So, it's definitely already better than Diablo 4. I think there are some things that Diablo 4 does better than this. Because now I've got to go all the way back to where I was. So I did them in the wrong order. I was order wrong. It's like oblong. Medication really messes with my head. Oh, damn. My finger slipped and came off the button. That's on me. Hello. We have put many souls to rest. The void will not consume them, but it is... the void will not consume them, but it is something. What's next? There is one soul left. I must rely on you alone to see it through. What are you talking about? I'm tired. Okay. I felt the corruption building inside the void. I've done all I could do to keep it checked. I cannot hold it much longer. When it consumes me in my existence... What? Julia! No! So that was a lot of stuff. Okay. Ooh, that's got some good health on it. That's got some... Ooh. Again, poison resistance. Stacking the resistances in the right way. Because if I lose... I'd lose a lot of cold resistance. And I would gain poison resistance, which I'm already over on. This is my problem. It's stacking the resistances in the right way. Can't even see where I'm getting all my poison resistance from. So that is definitely not a better hat. So the scepter bonus I want is crit strike multiplier and spell lightning damage. Holy shit. $130 melee damage. $150% increased melee damage. So I lose 18 strength. Ha! That is a tier 21 item. I lose a bunch of strength, but that is better. That is just better. Melee lightning damage. It's crit strike multiplier and spell lightning damage I want on a scepter. So I don't think those are any good. Now, the jewelry I want for the other build are not these ones. Now this one, mana, increased minion health, no, but increased physical damage. Chance to apply frailty is better than ward. But I gain fire res. Lightning res, which I'm way over on. Because of... Oh, that's what's giving me. So that would give me the cold and the lightning. I would lose the necrotic though. I don't think so. I am going to shatter those. Again, I'm probably making terrible mistakes here, but that weapon looks really cool. Oh, I could easily die here. Why would you say I will not die here? Here he comes, walking down the street. The Imperial Watcher completely missed me last time. So how far over on poison am I? I'm 20 something. This is the problem. I don't like the game of balancing the stats. You get something that's a good upgrade, but then I lose those stats, those resistances over there, so I've got to get them from over here. And I quite like that I've got the idle system over here to try and make that balance work. So that's a really good thing. I think that's excellent. And if I get my resistances up enough, I can do things like put on that one, which has armor and light. Ooh, that's a good point. I think there's specific idols I need for this other build that I should be adding to my loot filter. One down. Two down. I'm so close to the stability cap. See? Spending the extra few seconds to get there. Glyphs. Gold. So that's running necrotic resistance. Oh, that's right. That's the one that got me over. Now, the ones I should be adding... I think they're already in the loot filter. Yeah, health. Okay, the one I want to add is that one. Let's go this way. Find the beacon. I'm looking for a beacon. An echo with a beacon. Slay the void amalgamation. My crit strike avoidance should now be 100%. Which means I can start soon I'll be able to start taking crit strike avoidance off my gear. Or at least not stressing so much about it on my gear. Nifty. Now, let's see if there's more stuff around. More stuff around. And now everything's kind of connected up. There is an area down here I could quickly go check. Ooh. The hide armor was hiding. And glad I came this way because there is a chest. I'm a chest fan. God, I love chests though. I just really love them. That's not the original lyrics to that song. It's close. Wand, don't care. Wand, don't care. Staff, don't care. Do not care about any of that stuff. Beacon! There's a beacon in the barren slums. I can see myself using that weapon for a very long time. Here is the beacon. Stay in the circle. I have trouble seeing how charged I am because it just gives you a text thing over in the quest projection and are really hard to read the text. Like incredibly hard to read the text while this is going on. Apparently it's 100% now. Hello, Mr. Mage. And as soon as I do that, you... Oh, he didn't teleport away. What was wrong with you? He did that time. Did he actually die? Yes, he did. Didn't drop anything I wanted. And I've just got a message I need to read. What? What was that? Okay, I don't know. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to go hunt anymore. Done. No chance. It was a cold, dark night in the empty sewers, although they're not that empty, are they? I mean, it's a lifestyle choice. Where are you going to live? I'm going to live in the festering sewers. What do you think their families thought when they said that? Like, explain why. I mean, it's been the problem with every role-playing game. Like, why would anyone do, particularly the bad guys, why would any of the bad guys do what the bad guys do? It's never made sense. Let's try and gain a little bit of bonus stability. mean, I'm also doing this for golden shards. Golden shards and golden shards. I really wish I'd got myself a gin and tonic. For the next session, I will get myself a gin and tonic. It's still early afternoon. You can see my clock. Oops. Look, wrong way. I really don't think I've ever kept a wand, but... Yeah, no way. Just no way. No way on that either. Path of Despair. In this timeline, the Immortal Empire is in the final days. Yep. Chase the Imperial caravan transporting prisoners to save them from the remnants of the Empire and Void. What I like about this as well is you can play for, like, if I wanted to, I mean, I'm streaming, so I'm not, but I could probably play for 10, 15 minutes. Just do a couple of echoes, and that would be a session, and that progress is kept. Okay, that was one of the easiest things I've ever done. The defend thing, I just let my pets do it all. Poison resistance, which I don't need on that. Crit strike avoidance, which I don't need. I mean, I'm going to have to get rid of some crit strike avoidance at some point. This ring is the one I'm probably going to replace. That one, 51 health is pretty good though. My rings are my weak spots. Okay, next. This was probably a mistake, but we'll find out. Because I've got rare enemies have 60% increased health and damage, and enemies have 50% movement speed and damage. But I'm also running with 25% increased item rarity. And 15% increased experience gain. Well, that was quick. Do I think I can get some more quickly? Stable me up. Wait, that came out wrong. I'm after some more stability as well. He could be interesting. Although apparently not. And that'll do. Elemental resistance. So how do I... So it says I am using all the modifiers for the previous 3 echoes, but I don't know what they are. Like, I know this was a previous one where rare enemies have 60% increased health and damage on this, but with this, enemies heal if they have not been damaged recently. But I don't know what 2 and 1 was. So it's saying that 3 is here, but what's 2 and 1? I don't know. It's only showing me the 2. Okay. So enemies heal if they're... And so that's the only modifier I have. Rare enemies have 60% increased health and damage. And enemies heal if they have not been damaged recently. Which with this build shouldn't be a problem because my pets are going to just smack them into oblivion. They're going to constantly be doing small amounts of damage to them. And they're going to be dotted because I have bleed effects and stuff. So go on, heal that thing. DJ, heal that thing. Do, do, do. I don't know what's wrong with me. The more I play this, the more I'm convinced this is the best ARPG I've ever played. And I've only played one build, which is not a very good one. So, wow. I'm unbearable! God, I love Chester. I just really love them. God, I love Chester. I just want to rob them. Oh, I'm at 34. Get me out! Get me out of here! Arena key. Okay, so idols, resists. This is elemental resistance, which I was putting down here. It's only 4 elemental resistance, though. That's pretty terrible. That hat. Where did I get that hat? Where did I get that tie? The arena key. And then I move on. Rare scepters. It's not rare scepters I want. It's exalted scepters that I want. So they heal and they've got 85 increased health and damage. Rare enemies do. Enemies have 25 and rare enemies have 85. That is going to hurt, particularly when I'm not in bear form. Gotcha. Gotcha, I did. Maybe. So what I want to do is open the guide and look up rare enemies. And it's not telling me. So rarity is under item, but it doesn't actually define what a rare enemy is. So that's actually not as helpful. So the first thing I've wanted to look up on a guide hasn't been there. So I don't know whether a rare enemy is blue or gold, or both. So the first question I've had that I was thought I'll look up the answer in a guide isn't there. Well done. I was very lucky in my early sessions of this game to have someone who knew the game drop in and explain some situations to me. I was very lucky with that. But yes, I'm not sure what the definition of a rare enemy is, and it's not in the guide. Let's try and get some more stability. Although I probably should just move on and do more and go for rewards. So I did get exalted scepters. So, neither of them being the one I want, though. No, that's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is crit strike multiplier and spell lightning damage on it. Because it's a unique scepter that I need to make the legend. Right. like that one. Spell lightning damage. So that spell lightning damage on that one is rank 1. And it's minimum roll. So that one's got that, but what it doesn't have is the critical strike multiplier. But this one could potentially be used on the Eternal Lightning build if I get the Legendary Scepter. That one can't be. And that one can't be. Boots are terrible. No. No. And no. But what I could do is, interestingly enough, there's only 2 things I want, which is Crit Strike Multiplier Critical Strike Multiplier is a prefix, and the spell Lightning Damage and Leech is also a prefix. So what I want to do is pick this one with... I don't have many Rune of Despair. So I'm going to wait and see if I get a better one before I waste my Rune of Despair. Oops, let's get that out of the forge. There we go. And realistically, I want those stats to be one of the ones that is like higher tier. So, you know, it's a potential, but I really should be using a better one. Enemies have a 25%. So, all modifiers for the last 4 echoes. But I don't know what these numbers mean. Does that mean... it would have all of those? So it would have... enemies have 25 and 25. I'm going to find out. 25, 25, and enemies heal, and rare enemies have 6. So this is actually quite rough. Okay. crit strike chance and elemental resistance, void resistance, cold resistance. Wow, that was a lot of cold resistance, but it was a very, very big idol. A very big idol. Okay, so this is how much longer they last. Got it. Starting to understand. It would help if I was cleverer. Stunning shrine. It's all about the pronunciation. I'm fully expecting this next boss fight, when I finally get to it, is going to kick my arse. Conquered the Echo. I have a cat called Echo. Feels a bit weird, like trying to defeat Echoes, because Echo is awesome. Ironically, we called our cat Echo and then found out she doesn't meow. She's an incredibly quiet cat. Runes and Glipson, runes and Glipson. Considering I thought I'd log into this session basically just to grind some stuff to get some gold and some runes and crafting materials, I think I've actually done okay. That weapon was really good. There's 42. Now considering, holy cow, it's got higher increased melee chance, 20% increased physical damage on top of increased melee damage. Ew. It's got 140 rather than 174 melee damage. Chance to slow on hit, +1 to all attribute. Holy cow, is that better? I'm not going to worry about it. I like the one I've got. But I am going to put it in my exalted weapons section. Some of this stuff just has to die. I've just got to get rid of some of this stuff. I've got to start keeping things. I could get another arena key, unique or set belt. I don't have a good belt. Let's see what I get. I should have looked what the stats are going to be. Did I just sign up for something bad? Enemies are deadly if they have not been damaged recently. I don't know what that means. So let's go here and look up deadly. It doesn't actually say. Okay. This could be a problem. Like, I could have just made a huge mistake. But then again, I have this pet build, which should mean that everything gets damaged regularly. Soulfire Bastion key. Key is good. Temporal Sanctum. Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. Lord, I've been traveling. No one is going to get that reference. Absolutely no one. Increased minion damage, intelligence, fire resistance, and melee damage. So no. What about that one? Whoa. I mean, that one, however, now that one goes here. This one I'm gonna lose my only dodge rating. Okay. +25 lightning resistance. +7 to all attributes. Now, if I was to equip this belt, I would gain a lot of armor, I would gain potion slots, I would gain endurance, I would gain physical damage, which is great, Now, I would gain elemental resistance, but I'd lose void resistance. So I could take that off. I could take that off. Oh, not fully. My void has plummeted. I could potentially drop my necrotic a little. But so I can upgrade this. Where is my lightning resist? With that equipped. Okay, so I'm using that. So if I upgrade my lightning resist, I now have way over on lightning resist. So if I go to this belt, I think I'm over on everything but cold. So what I might do is use... This is crazy here. Well, that gave me tier 5 cold. Which means I'm over on elemental resist. So I could take that off. Ooh. So I just need necrotic and void. way too much necrotic. Is there a better necrotic to use? Maybe that one. Doesn't quite get me there though. And then I need a lot of void. Got to be that one. And then I could put some 2 other things in based on what I think is good. Like that one. And that one. And that has got my resistances up, my armor is up, my dodge is up, my stun avoidance is up. I'm at the resist cap for everything, over in some, and my damage is up. And my crit strike avoidance is still pretty good, and my endurance is capped. How did I pull that off? It's been 2.5 hours. I probably want to stop soon. Rare wands and catalysts. I don't care about wands and catalysts. I really don't. I'm now starting to understand how echo debuffs work. I think I can replace that necklace as well, because that's got elemental and void. Oh, the void is the problem, but I'm way over on the elemental. So if I can get a necklace with void resistance, I believe I can get void resistance as one of the blessing options from fighting the god. I just haven't. Hope. I was hoping I'd get some of those. Haha. I jump at them, they jump at me. Absolute blast with this. Mace. Not quite enough mobs to get me there. Oh well. Scepter. That's it! It doesn't have any legendary potential, but that is the scepter for the Eternal Lightning build. It may have terrible stats, but that's the scepter I need. If I play the Eternal Lightning build. I'm enjoying this one for now. Throwing damage, do not care. Crit strike multiplier, chance to show, do not care. Staff, do not care. Elemental resistance, I'll have a look at. The boots, do not care. And idle. I will have to sort those out at some point. Okay. Should open the chest, shouldn't I? Didn't really make any difference. I like that there's no item durability in this, so you're not constantly worrying about repairing stuff. So if I take this off, I'm a little under on cold, and I'm a lot under on void. So the question I've got here is if I look in these keepers, there's exalted jewelry. Is there anything here with void? That had void and fire. Lightning damage. That's not the one I want. So, not really. And if I look at other necklaces, that's got void and poison. It's not it. I know this is all over the place. It's just not good enough. These are all too low. Just no. 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 So that'd have the cold and the void. That would have to roll like crazy. Like, this would have to roll like mad. Because what I'd be doing is I would be using a glyph of chaos on that. I don't have poison penetration. I don't have any poison penetration. What? Wow. So I can't actually get rid of the poison penetration. But what would I be replacing here? Increase physical ward gained on kill. So if I put physical damage on this, I need to roll phenomenally well here. Ow! So that... Now, if I compare... If I equip that, you'll notice I've now got all of my affixes back. Now, if I compare that, I lose 6 health. I lose some physical damage. I lose ward and gained. I gained poison penetration. I have the void resistance I need, but I gain some dodge rating. So if I look here, my dodge rating is now way higher. So I'm going to give that a try. How long have I been playing? Nearly 3 hours. Holy cow. But I've still got good damage. My crit strike chance is not great, but okay. My increased physical damage is 295. I'm still doing okay. My increased melee damage is 339. And all of these are physical and melee. So I'm doing okay here. I'm going to try... Oh, I can do Dreadnought's Wreckage. I'm going to get my ass handed to me. Fight the Void Infused Hearten. Glad I just got my void resistance up. Can't see past the claws. So So I can't actually see the boss I'm trying to fight and the things I'm trying to dodge because the claws are in the way. Got him! Amulet shard drop rate. Two-handed spear shard drop rate. Two-handed staff shard drop rate. 14%, 27%, 16%. 10 to 20. 25 to 35. Let's try amulet, I suppose. Two-handed spear, trident of the last abyss, and a sulfire bastion key. Cool, I got him. Let's go back to the end of time. I thought I trapped... I did. Trident of the Last Abyss. Melee void damage. And I got a... Sulfire Bastion key. But I got the two items I needed for my... the two uniques I need if I do go for the lightning build. I haven't yet looked for the other items I need, but I can work on that. But I'm enjoying the build I'm playing, so and I'm getting there. Like, my defenses seem to be good. I'm doing okay damage. Yeah, I'm having fun. Like, I'm slowly but surely improving the stuff that I've got. This is good fun. I like this game. This game is good. Thanks everyone for watching. I don't know what. Good luck questing through time. And I will probably play some more later today. Yep, 3 streams in a day because I can. Because today is my day for gaming. I should record some puzzles, but I kind of don't want to. My brain's a bit foggy, so we'll see how it goes. Thanks everyone. Bye.